What's up, coaches? Hope you guys are doing well. Here's our video for Thursday. So same approach to the warm-up. First thing you want to do, gather them up. Let's talk about the points of performance of the deadlift and exactly how the deadlift is going to be used in the strength. And then go through 10 reps of the deadlift. Then talk about the other two movements, the front arm plank style raises and the PVC hip power snatches. You demo the movement, have them do a set. You demo the second movement, have them do a set. Then set them free on that 10-minute AMRAP where they're progressing in building the deadlift and plugging in the other two movements along the way. Got to get sweaty. There's links provided for you guys in the notes for the other two movements of the warm-up. The strength and skill, we've got our 3 tracks. We're doing the exact same process here with the deadlifts that we've done for both floor press and squat. Same components in terms of 2 deadlifts at 85% for our competitor group, 4 deadlifts at 85% of 5 rep max for our performance group, and then we're adding that 6th repetition for our fitness group. Same concept here. We're only going heavier if we really 100% nailed the session last week, which was actually done on a Wednesday. All right, so now people tend to go heavier on the deadlift in comparison than to any other lift, simply because it's easier to grind out that extra 5, 10, 15 pounds, whatever it may be. So honestly, the vast majority of people will likely be staying close to the same weight, maybe adding a little bit. If you had somebody that was conservative, it was clear they were still had some in the tank, so on. But I think for the most part, we should see a lot of people repeat in the same weight this week. All right, so deadlift to be minute number 1. Minute number 2 is a 60-foot kettlebell front rack carry. So making sure that we're not carrying it up on top of the shoulder, that it's not resting, that we want to carry it right here, tucked underneath the chin. The kettlebell should be resting in that nest where neutral wrist, it makes contact with the wrist, the bicep, and then the chest, all right? So the elbow should be up just slightly, so it doesn't have to be here. Elbow up just slightly as they carry, rib cage locked down and tight. They'll carry 30 feet and then carry 30 feet back, all right? Logistics are kind of up to your floor space, but make sure you designate those clearly before the strength begins and make sure people know exactly where they're walking. We don't want people crossing paths and like holding this heavy kettlebell and like dodging other people. So clearly set your logistics before the workout begins, all right? Minute number 3, we have our skill, all right? We're gonna be doing a snatch-based skill. We have 2 snatch balances plus 2 SOTS presses. This is 100% PVC from start to finish. The goal is development of speed and mobility, all right? So I've given you links for both of these to look at in detail. I'll give you a quick demo of what this set would look like. So this is gonna be a true snatch balance, no heave. I'm just breaking down into the receiving position quickly. Snatch balance for 1, snatch balance for 2, and then 2 SOTS presses, all right? So the depth is gonna be very different for different athletes here. Some people are gonna be dropping into a full squat. Some people are only gonna be traveling down a couple inches. The couple things that we wanna focus on is making sure the hands and the feet hit aggressively at the same time, meaning that whenever my feet hit, my hands should be at their end point. So if I'm only catching a power position, feet and hands hit at the same time. It's never this, pressing through, all right? For the SOTS press, what we want to make sure of is that we're mechanically sound and structurally sound. So if I'm down here, but I'm all weird trying to do a SOTS press, I need to be pressing straight up from the back, and it may be here, I may be able to go a little lower here. It depends on that person's mobility and their stability in that particular movement pattern. So they only go as deep as they can while still remaining structurally sound in the squat, full foot planted, knees tracking over toes. The shoulders should be in a good position under the bar, pressing vertically up, right? Feel free to watch the videos there for more details on those particular movements, all right? So going through here, everybody's doing the front rack carries, everybody's doing the 2 snatch balance plus SOTS press. That's regardless of what track they're doing. Let's take a look at your workout. All right, so this workout focuses on aerobic style power, muscle stamina. This is definitely a longer, slower day. We want pacing, smooth, controlled breathing, and we want good, steady effort over the course of the 15 minutes. A lot of the workouts we've been doing interval based, all right, where we're taking lots of rest and so on. This one should feel like constant, steady, no ups and downs, all right? So in terms of logging this one, this is one of those that I feel like is best for completion. It's more about chasing a feeling and a stimulus than it is about actually keeping track of your repetitions, which it's hard to keep track of farmer's hold and sled push anyways, all right? So we're gonna do this for quality and for stimulus. Cool. So let's talk about the movements here. For logistics purposes, you're likely going to fit multiple people within that 3 movement station. You're going to set up your skier, you're going to set up your farmer's holds, you're going to set up your sled push, you're going to set those logistics in stone before you get started, and have one person start on one person start on the other, one person start on the other, and then they're going to rotate 50 on, 10 off, 50 on, 10 off until they've done 5 rotations through. Let's talk about each of the movements here. So for the ski erg, we want to make sure that we're reaching a full extension of the hip, and we're getting this position at the top and then this position at the bottom. That we're not sacrificing posture, and this should be a smooth stroke. We're looking for aerobic pacing, so it's not wah, wah, wah. It's smooth, smooth throughout. All right, just like they were doing a longer rowing piece, it'd be very, very similar. So you can definitely sub in row, bike, jump rope. We don't want slam balls here. We want more of a continuous effort piece. So let's sub in one of those 3, row, bike, or jump rope singles, please. For the farmer's hold, this is not a carry. This is holding statically in space. There's not an RX weight. All right, so we want the heaviest load they feel like they can hold unbroken, locking shoulders down, butt squeezed, abs down and tight, and we're holding those 2 dumbbells or kettlebells statically in space. And then finally we have sled push. This is meant to be a light sled, probably empty depending on where you're pushing it, and then pushed at a brisk walk. This is not a run. So we're literally talking about grabbing onto the sled and then walking and pushing it for the duration of that 50 seconds, okay? We can sub shuttle runs right here or loaded step-ups. When I say loaded step-ups, what I'm referring to is a little bit lighter weight and that feeling of continuous paced style movement. You don't want to do something really hard that turns into a strength session. Load that with 2 lighter dumbbells, a single dumbbell, something like that, and a continuous alternating step over the course of that 50 seconds. All right, logistics are big today, both in the strength and the workout. Make sure that people know where they're going and exactly what they're doing so that class flows nice and smooth. All right, hope you guys have a great day. See ya.